Hello everybody, I'm Poppy Scarlett and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're talking about our favourite topic apparently, because we just keep on doing it. Strap-on sex! Yay! And I am joined by a very special guest, my friend.
It's just strap-on friend.
My special strap-on friend.
Neen, and today we're going to be talking about strap-on sex.
Yeah, we are.
What specifically?
Specifically, we're going to be talking about our first times, our foibles with harness play, and just dishing all the dirt basically on the, no, not the dirt, because it's not a dirty thing. Dish.
Dirt in a good way.
Okay, dishing all the good dirt on our first times, wearing strap-ons, using strap-ons, and all of that stuff, and just, yeah, giving you a little insight into that. And if you enjoy this content, but you know, you're more of a visual learner and you'd like a little bit more in-depth information about how to use a harness, we're also filming a explicit demonstration how-to content, which I will be posting on my OnlyFans account, where we don't have to keep our clothes on, basically.
Yeah.
And my OnlyFans account is Poppy Scarlett with 3 T's, so head on over to there, and I'd love to talk to you a little bit more about strap-on sex on there, where there are no limitations about what we can say. Let's get straight into it. Tell me your story.
So my first, okay, can I divide it in 2 parts quickly?
Yes.
Because the first
Always.
time, the first time, I've been thinking about strap-on sex for a long time before it happened, and then it just magically happened at a sex party. Actually.
You manifested it.
I manifested it, and I was just getting sexual with someone, and we were making out and being intimate, and another friend of ours just saw us from the other side of the room, and she came to us and put the strap-on next to us and went like, and just ran away.
God.
And I never used it before, so I was just like, I don't know. I kind of wanted to wear it, but at the same time, I kind of wanted to experience someone else doing it on me, I guess. What words can we use right now? You
Any
know?
words you want.
Okay, cool. So yeah, and so I just looked at it and went like, the person was like, yeah, sure, and they were so confident with it, done, and suddenly I was being fucked, and I was like, wow, this is fun. And the second time was again with the same person, but then I was a bit more, it was not a party context, it was just the 2 of us, we could really take our time, and then I got to use it, and it was really interesting. Again, I didn't get to actually actively penetrate because the person just sat on top of me and did everything, and I was just like, oh my god, wow,
This person sounds cool.
it was really yeah, they were really,
Got their number?
I think you know them.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a small world, but it was, for me, both moments were really psychological. Something really clicked in my mind more than in my body. Not just because of my gender identity, but because it was just this cool new thing that unlocked potential in my sexual life. Yeah.
That's interesting that you both swapped in different scenarios as well. Like, was there ever a discussion about who would take which role, or is it just a feeling in the moment of...
I think it was just a feeling. I think we are both quite switchy, so we just kind of vibed on whatever felt good in the moment. Yeah. Although I feel like, in general, quite switchy, but when the strap-on came into the picture, I tapped more into bottoming, I would say. They were quite more dominating, like, with their actions, their behavior, how they address things. It's just something, the energy kind of shifted a bit. And it just happened naturally. We didn't discuss any of that.
That's how I always aspire to be in a sexual scenario. Then when I get into it, I'm actually just like,
Oh god.
take me. In my head every time I'm like, this is the time where I'm going to take charge of this.
So you have the desire to do that, but then you're naturally bottom.
Yes. Pretty much.
Or you can maybe top from the bottom,
Yeah.
princess around or something like that. I don't know. Is that your thing? Don't know how that would be with a strap on. Yeah, that could work.
It could work. Well, I guess we'll have to try it.
I guess we kind of did.
Yeah.
Do it again. It's totally fine. Yeah. So, what was your first time?
The first time of me wearing one, it was pre-discussed and pre-arranged, and it was with a man that I was seeing. And I think both of us definitely identify as being quite switchy, both in terms of like giving pleasure and also in like a kind of submissive dominant way as well. So when we would have sex, it would always be quite like, there wasn't really a set role. It would be quite like fluid, which was quite nice. So he expressed an interest in receiving a strap onto the arse, and I expressed an interest in wanting to give that strap onto the arse.
It's perfect.
It was perfect. And then I remember like the whole time when we were like already hooking up, and you know, just like knowing that you've got something in the bag. Like I will quite often go to a sex date with like just a bag full of things.
Because you never know.
Because you never know, and like half the time I never even open the bag, and
Was
none
it
of
the
it
first
gets.
date?
No. We've been seeing each other for like months, so already had like a good dynamic going on. And then we were like hooking up, and then in the back of my mind I was just thinking like, okay, at what point do I like get up and go to the bag and get it out? Like when does that happen? Do I like, this is the energy that I wish I was bringing, of just being like,
or
right,
you need a friend who brings it to you.
Exactly. Like we need a strap-on fairy godmother. Fairy godparent.
I know one. Obviously.
Shit, if I ever host a sex party, then I
You need someone like that.
they really need that person.
Someone who knows everyone's desires for the evening and has like a list, and then can observe and then give them what they need, so they don't have to pre-negotiate too much for stuff.
Yeah.
Just not like use this, but as an option.
We give them like a book, like a printed book of everyone's picture with their like needs and
How
desires.
big is the party? They need a book.
It's just a pamphlet. Stapled together.
Oh god.
Anyway.
Good ideas.
So many good ideas. Anyway.
Yes.
At some point, I think I just decided like, now's the time. This person is getting fucked. Nice.
Did you find any difficulties, or what were your emotions in the moment?
My emotions were like, I think I was a bit nervous, but in like an excited, nervous energy. Like most of the time I think nervous energy is actually a good thing, and something that can be channeled into just like passion.
Is what you do with the nervousness.
It's what you do with that energy. Like
if it doesn't overtake you, it can be quite, you can use that.
It can be quite a driving force, and I think that in any kind of area of life, not just sex, but sex as well. Yeah. And I was a bit too embarrassed to try and like fiddle with the harness and put it on in front of him, so I excused myself to the bathroom, like took my little bag, was like BRB. I went to the bathroom, was like trying to figure it out, and there was one with all of these different like bits of straps that needed to be fixed and arranged, and the dildo, I hadn't put it in the strap on before, so then I had to try and figure out that and get it in.
How long did it take?
It felt like I was in the bathroom for about an hour. I'm sure it was actually like 2 minutes, but it felt like a really long time. It
feels like a long time when you're there, just no clue what you're doing.
No, and like the more you feel like you're fumbling, the more you fumble as well. It's like, actually you just need to
just
take a breath and just like actually look at it and figure out, where does this leg go, instead of just being like, ah. Eventually got it on. Pun intended. Walks back in like, hey.
Like nothing happens.
Here I am. Yeah. I think both of us were just like laughing, because it's fun. It's quite funny. I don't think he'd ever had anal before with a penis or a dildo. Although now I'm saying that, I'm like, is that true? Is that true? Is he actually an anal slut? I don't know, I can't remember. And yeah, we just figured it out together, really. I had him laid on his back with his legs in the air, so I could see everything. See his
you
face.
gotta know.
Yeah, I gotta know what's going on here. Yeah. And he said that I looked like I was having the time of my life. But my little face was like so happy.
What was the benefit for you as a very psychological?
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
if you think about that, that's the question that people often ask. What would you get out of it if your genitals are not stimulated? Your biological genitals are not getting stimulated.
I got out of it. Well, the fact that we were like switching up the usual dynamic of who's being penetrated was like a big part of it for me. So like being able to do something to him that he would normally do to me, and like just having him laid out there, like being
vulnerable.
all vulnerable, exactly, like spread. It is quite hot.
It's a power dynamic shift, right?
Exactly, and I do enjoy playing with power dynamics. So that specifically was just like really fun and really hot just to do that, and just to
It's hot.
Yeah, it is hot. It is hot. Yeah, what about you? What did you feel differently in the two situations of like giving and receiving as well?
I think in this case, actually, no. I don't know. It felt like this person was pretty much in charge, or maybe that's what was going on in my mind, and I think I just kind of let go a bit. So because I've never done it before, so I kind of wanted to see what would happen. So it's just really weird. It didn't matter if I was penetrated or if I was penetrating. It's just it really depended on our power dynamic and what kind of psychological connection we had.
Yeah.
But yeah, later in life.
Later.
Well,
As a wise old man.
yes, you do. Later on, things changed. Yeah, it started like I actually haven't been penetrated with a strap-on since then. I've always been the person on the giving end, and so it was a completely different experience. I did feel the power dynamic shift and me being more in a dominating kind of mental set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready to give.
Yeah. What about you on the receiving end of a strap-on?
I'd say generally for me it tends to be just an extension of sex with that person as what it already is, rather than being like, I don't feel inherently submissive when I receive a strap-on, for example, like unless that's the kind of wider dynamic of the scene that we're in.
Yeah.
Generally I see it as like a tool for sex.
Yeah. Just something that adds pleasure to the pre-existing experience.
Exactly. It's like an extra thing that we can do together. It's an extra way that I can receive, and it's an extra way that I can enjoy that person lavishing me with their affection.
I also don't see it as a submissive or dominating thing, depending on who's giving, who's receiving, or if it's there or not. It's just not how I see penetration in general.
No, not me.
Whether like it could be a how would you define that? A dick of a person who was born with a dick. It's just complicated.
Yes,
but you
biological
could I guess. But yeah, you could be riding someone. You as a person with a vulva and a vagina, you could be riding someone with a penis, and you could be super dominating in that moment, and they're helpless. Oh no.
That's hot.
And they're there, and there's nothing they can do, but it's consensual, obviously. I hope I don't have to say it, but I'll say it anyway. Yeah.
So what do we think people can learn from our first times of strap-on sex? Like, I think mine is fairly obvious, like, set up your strap before you go to the strap date. Like,
yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah.
You just wear it and make sure it's your size, and
exactly, like load your dildo in already if you can, just have it in the bag ready to go. And I don't think you need to like shy away to the bathroom to put it on either. Like,
that's the other thing I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Just do it there. Even if it's not ready, just do it together. It's something you're gonna do together.
I think in my head it was like gonna be a big reveal.
Yeah,
but
it's the sexy scene where you open the
Ta-da!
bathroom.
But actually it just like added to the anxiety.
Yeah, it's performance anxiety, right?
Yeah, but at least with a dildo it's always up.
At least that's there no matter what. And maybe that can even become embarrassing. It's always there. It's always like, ready, even when you finish, and then you're like,
oh, get away, you.
Yeah, where are we gonna put that? So you take it off, and Yeah, good giveaway.
Here, I give to you.
Yeah, you get the point. What's from mine? That sometimes it's just nice to throw yourself in a situation.
Yeah.
If and see what happens, and slow down if it feels like you're not sure. And if not, just keep going. Just keep exploring, and I don't know.
And always invite someone to your sex party
Who can help you out?
who's there to deposit
That was.
toys.
It's like she read our fucking minds.
Yeah.
It was just so strange.
Well, clearly your sexual energy was just giving.
We were
Fuck me.
taking over the whole thing. It was pretty intense that day. I'll tell you later about it. It's
Sorry
private.
guys, just for me.
yeah. Yeah, I don't think. Just don't be afraid to try things, because I think I waited for such a long time before I tried it, because I don't know why actually. I was just intimidated by it, and I thought it needed to represent this God knows what, and it was just a fun thing to do.
I agree. Like, I definitely waited for like way longer than I probably would have liked to do it, because of just being nervous about like, am I gonna know how to give this person pleasure? Like, am I gonna do it right? Am I gonna look stupid? Like, all of these things. It's like none of that matters. Like, sex is all about exploration and experimentation, and just like sometimes you do things that might be a little bit embarrassing, but it literally doesn't matter.
No.
No.
You just embrace that, because if you try to repress and push away, it's just gonna become this elephant in the room, strap on or not, really. So I think you just need to open up a bit more.
Yeah. Open those holes up. Sorry.
I just winked and you went like, yeah, let's just say it.
I'll explain the joke, guys. Everyone loves that person who just explains the joke to death, right?
We need you at parties too.
That's my role.
Explaining jokes.
No, opening people up.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, if you want to invite us to your sex party,
Let us know.
let us know. We've got a lot to bring to the table.
And the bed and all the surfaces.
Yep,
really.
the floor.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed hearing us talking about strap-on sex, then boy, you're gonna love watching us do it.
Right, that's what we're gonna do next.
That's what we're gonna do next, and I will be uploading the content that we create, very educational, informative, and also sexy content about how to have strap-on sex, to my OnlyFans. OnlyFans Poppy Scarlett. And if you enjoyed watching this, please give it a like and a subscribe, and also do the same for Neen.
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. It's Neen Sever. N-E-N. No one ever knows. And I make also intimate content, but it's more just people talking and moving, and you'll find out. And I have an OnlyFans where I do all the explicit bits too. It's Neen Sever. I'm Neen Sever everywhere. So.
Consistent.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Bye.